Hello friends, it's a great day at the American Village because for the first time, the owners of one of the homes are here to visit. Yes, they've already arrived in Russia. They are those people right over there, and they are checking out their house and the neighbor's house as well, because the neighbor's house is more finished. But anyways, guys, the American Village is not just an idea, it is not just a concept, it is a reality. I'm a happy man, and let's take a look around the houses and see how they're progressing, because very soon these people are going to have to do a lot of immigration bureaucracy, and they're going to need a finished house to live in. Here we are at the American Village with the first residents. Guys, are you ready? Well, you're ready to smoke a little bit. Are you ready to see your home?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's take a look. All right, let's go. Okay. No, that's just so, yeah, that's so these guys can work comfortably putting up the insulation. That's what that's for. Okay, yeah, careful, careful, careful. Yeah, here we are, guys. As you can see, we've got the walls up, and yeah, you can see how all this electricity comes up here, and then eventually this looks like where we're going to have a lot of the plugs and stuff. Okay, guys, so here we are in the sort of middle of everything, and this is what the home looks like. And here's the guys doing the outside, but the main thing is these nice thick glass panes, better than I have, are going to lead out to a beautiful balcony porch kind of area, terrace, veranda,
so this is an exit door.
Yeah, this is an exit. This is the way out to the backyard, basically. You know, for now you can't see the backyard, but it's out there so somewhere. So yeah.
They would actually be welcome to leave those walls up.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of nice to have the extra tent in the winter, yeah. But even still, guys, I can tell you one thing, that even with that door being open, and all we having for heat being these blowers, it is uncomfortably warm being in here in a coat. I kind of already want to take my clothes off. So yeah, Pavel didn't lie that the walls here hold a lot of heat. Yeah, and as we were mentioning, the guys outside are putting on insulation. Let's go. So maybe it's going to be visible. Here's the insulation. So this is the stuff that the guys are putting on the outside of the house here, slowly but surely. This would probably be the bathroom by judging by the size. Yeah. So the kitchen has to be where the bathroom is. Right. Oh yeah.
Roof vents right there.
Yeah. And another classic design feature that a lot of people see in any Russian home or apartment is the wall sticks out exactly 60 centimeters, or I believe that's something like, what, 24 inches away, because that's the size of your average like kitchen cabinetry, is 60 centimeters. So it's perfectly designed for that function there. Yeah, and this is one thing I wanted to show you both about how in Russia all the wiring is so beefy. I mean, look at that beast. That's what's in my house. Anyways, guys, you've had a chance to look around at your home, at the neighbor's home. What's your sort of feeling about things?
Fairly good. Both homes look very solid. They're both very warm, and we should do well in them.
All right, Jill.
I think it's going to work out very nicely.
All right, good stuff, guys. Okay, thank you very much for putting a lot of faith in me. That's for sure. Christopher just mentioned seeing both houses. The other one is closer to completion. Let's take a look.
This portion will be the same as ours.
This portion, but they have one more section out that way.
That way.
It's this way. That's where the extra section is. Yeah. That's why that concrete is out there, because it's not to be a porch, it's to be the future extension of the house.
So they're not doing it right now, but they will.
No. So the toilet's going in over there, and they got the buttons. To be honest, I don't like when the toilets are in the, what I call the sarcophagus, but most people do. I'm the freak here. I like a good standard toilet. And there will be the shower over there, and I assume a sink or something over here, washing machine hookup and all that jazz. So, but they're getting a washer-dryer combo, from what I understand.
They probably have to. I'm perfectly happy with an $18 drying rack.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, friends, that's it. Get the $18 just drying rack. Saves a ton of money. Yeah. And as I was mentioning, it is actually in a coat. It is very uncomfortably hot in here, but that's because there's so much insulation. So the construction company swears by that. Even with these sort of very simple electric heaters, you can really raise up the temperature in here. And boy, it is smoking Vietnam hot. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and in fact, we talked about the drying. Here's the dryer. Here's the oven, which is nice. Oh, it's one of the built-in kind of ovens. My grandmother had one of those. Yeah.
I've noticed internet and coax connections.
Yeah.
Is this a roof antenna or local coax service?
Well, that we'll have to ask Pavel, but I do know that the internet comes from the homeowners association. So like the internet comes from this actual place, that's for sure. So yeah, so the internet's all set up and it should be as fast as in the city.
So we don't have,
yeah.
we don't have to make arrangements.
In theory, no. Yeah. So yeah, so the internet's basically just ready.
It's right there behind where the TV's gonna go.
Well, yeah, because the TV could be a smart TV. If you were to get like a smart TV, I recommend BQ if you're going to move to Russia. Their smart TVs are compatible, so yeah, that's probably why that's there. Oh, and guys, I just like to make it clear, this home, the way it is now, is at the 2 weeks to being finished mark, they said. So, you know, doing the interior of a house is way faster than doing the walls and the exterior and all that. So this is what things look like when there's 2 weeks left to go. As someone who's installed a lot of plugs and stuff in their life, that doesn't take very long. And just one of the main features of any Russian house is the entryway. And here we have sort of all the technical stuff on one side. You got your fuse box and your water heater and all that. I'm not even sure what that is, but it looks pretty. But on the other side, you have to have plenty of space for all your stuff because Russia is an all-weather country, so that means you're going to have all sorts of coats and flip-flops and winter boots all get mixed together, so it's really good to have in your entryway lots of space. I do like the fact that they put a lot of this technical stuff here in the entryway, and then they're going to put basically like doors and blinders in front of it, so you won't even really see it, but you'll still have access to it. Good place to put it, and I like it. I approve. All right.
How long is it going to take to get the other unit up and running?
Okay.
And are there other issues on the critical path that we need to address?
All right, let me ask. Тогда Юлия спрашивает, тогда сколько осталось по времени у них?
Here, this house.
Не, этот дом, that house.
Now Pavel will come, will ask, but I think something about a month and a half.
A month and a half. Okay.
Okay.
But Pavel will come when he confirms. And who's Pavel? He's the head of the construction company. So that's who.
Because it was like a month and a half or maximum about 2 months, but I think month and a half because just workers from this house, they become free. After they finish on the 1st of March, they finish and they will do there much more faster.
Yeah, so basically
there will be more workers there.
Yeah, the squad from over here goes over there.
Yeah.
Okay, got it, cool. Yeah. So, so anyways, guys, that's all from the American Village. As you can see from this video, so that's all from the American Village, guys. You know, maybe in the past you just saw me by some construction site or you followed our Telegram channel and all this stuff seemed very abstract. I mean, why should I trust some weird guy in Russia with my money and my life and my future? Well, here you got to see that we're really finishing these houses. We're really helping people immigrate. And even if you're not interested in living in this particular location, we really can buy you any piece of land in Russia that you normally couldn't buy. We can get you through the immigration process. We can do all that. This has become a much broader project than just one location. So if you're interested in moving to Russia, don't worry about all this money transferring and all that. We have all this stuff worked out. And I'd like to also especially thank the first families who are participating in this because they were sort of, in a way, a little bit of the guinea pigs to go through the process first. But now we know this works. It's possible. Creating a life in Russia is critical. And I remind you that in order to immigrate to Russia, you have to have a place to live. And most of the time, rentals don't work, friends. So this is something you should really consider. Anyways, Tim Kirby from the American Village, signing out. You know, guys, this stuff, before sanctions, it was actually called Rockwool in English with like an official logo. And now it's just written in Russian, Rockwool. Amazing. The effectiveness of sanctions.
Now all
Yeah. Ooh, here's a little piece of American Russia. A nice DeWalt, or DeWalt, as they say down south, drill. Whoop. So actually, we just had a question here about what to do with this room. Christopher was like, it's kind of odd. There's so much window action in a room that's sort of meant to be like an office space. And I was like, well, on the one hand, this is Russia, you know. So south is kind of that way. As you can see in the hallway, it's really bright because that's south. And this is north. And people say that when you're working at the computer, it's best to sit in a north-facing room in Russia so you don't get fried by the sun. It's better for your eyes and psychology and all that. But also some people in our chat were kind of saying, well, why are there so many windows in the house? That's awful. Look at how thick these things are. These windows are very thick. It is very warm in here, so I don't know what they're talking about. Also, if you put the window in the corner of the room, although it's very unusual, it has a certain advantage of it actually provides more light sort of per square inch than it would normally. So that's the strategy, that's the logic. And it's also neat. It's very neat.